Hey everyone, and welcome to the week of Bug Out. And hopefully I'll have some bugs here behind me somewhere. The Bug Out video that you're watching right now is coming out June 17th, but the bags won't be ready for pickup until Monday, June 21st through the 26th. So, that being said, there is a couple of different things in here. There is a thing called Makeables, which is a bookmark, as you can see there, that you can either stick in a closed book or in an open up book. And there's a couple of different sheets that you could end up getting from that. There is this one, and each one of you, as supplies last, will get one of these sheets of paper that has got 3 insects. Most of them are butterflies. Most are butterflies, but there is one sheet that does have like some bees, some beetles, and a dragonfly. But each one of these you color, and it's got the cutout line around it. And then this little area over here is your thing that makes the bookmark actually stand up, and it gives the instructions on how to do it right over here. You'll fold that, shows you where to fold, and then you'll have 3 bookmarks that you can share, keep, whatever you want to do. In your bag for the Bug Out week, you will be getting a sheet that has got on it insect bookmarks, and it gives the instructions of how to do it. And this is a couple of them that I went ahead and just colored up. And you will also have the little thing here at the side. That is actually what will allow you to, if I can not drop it, have your butterfly, having issues, sitting kind of in your book. Sort of like that right there. But to make it stay, you have to fold the little piece where you can just see the black bits. And then it says use glue or paste on the back of the darker folds and press them against the bottom of the insect. It's saying insect because there is moths, bees, different kinds of things. This just happened to be a sheet that was butterflies. And you can use glue, tape. I'm using double-sided tape. And you'll just attach it on the underside. And it makes it look like that. And then there's your bookmark. So that's the brief little tutorial that I'm giving you guys on the insect bookmarks, and I hope you enjoy making your own. Bye. And then also there is going to be this week a lot of talk about primarily butterflies and bees. As you can see, I am wearing a shirt that is covered in bees, and I have a bee necklace that my wonderful friend Sherilyn got me. But there is some stuff in here about monarch migration station and how butterflies and bees, especially honeybees, and actually birds, but we're not talking about birds this week, will pollinate and help plants and flowers. We actually attempted to grow a couple of years ago a giant pumpkin. I'll include some pictures of what giant pumpkins normally look like. We attempted to grow one, but a lot of times with those you have to be the pollinator. You have to be the bee or the butterfly, whatever, you know. You have to be the pollinator, because in today's world there's not a whole lot of pollinators a lot of times. But our attempts didn't go real well. But there are some things talking about monarch migration station, and there should be some things in here about the different types of milkweeds that would be in our area and other areas in the US. And it's going to show where these grow and how those can actually help keep the monarchs around. And there will be in your bag one of these different sheets, that at least one, about these different butterflies of Kentucky. And I'm probably going to butcher the names, but there's the Viceroy, and it tells some information about it. The monarch, and the red spotted purple, the gray hair streak. I kid you not, that's what the name of it is. I think because it just has such an interesting name, we're actually going to read about that one. This small butterfly has two short ribbon-like tails. It fools predators by moving its hind wings up and down so that the tails move as a distraction. If a bird bites the tail, the butterfly can live on. Pretty clever. The hair streak is gray and has orange spots on its hind wings. And then there is the great spangled fritillary. I don't know who named butterflies, but I think they had fun doing it.
They did.
And the eastern tiger swallowtail. And each one of these talks about different butterflies. It is a good possibility that you'll actually see here in Kentucky. Like the eastern tiger swallowtail. It says these eastern tiger swallowtails are feeding on a buttonbush. One of Kentucky's largest butterflies, they can span 5 inches from wingtip to wingtip. The butterflies are yellow with black stripes, though sometimes the female can be dark gray or black, making it hard to see her tiger stripes. And then, if you want to, this tells you, it's got a little thing here about create your own butterfly. And it's got some tips about creating a healthy butterfly habitat. That way you can actually have butterflies at your own house if you do have the room outside to grow a little garden. There actually usually is even these bags of simple seeds that it's just seeds and fertilizer mixed together that you can just kind of throw on the ground and water, and you can have birds and pollinators like bees and butterflies attracted to that. And a lot of times you can find those at local farm stores and stuff. And then there is a sheet in here that tells about resources to learn more about the butterflies of Kentucky and how to conserve them, because they are a help that we don't even really think about needing. And there is a couple of different coloring sheets from the USDA, Department of Agriculture, that is talking about we love America's national forests and grasslands. And this is mainly just for fun, is a draw the other half butterfly. And another thing that, talking about the pollinators, I wanted to include is going to be this sheet here. Yours is going to be likely on cardstock, and it is a seed packet, and it shows you where to cut and where to fold, where to glue it, and you can do a couple different things with this. It's got a name and a date spot. And actually, I believe, looking at this, this may be about 3 different seed packets. So you can give these to people. I mean, even if you want to buy seeds for whatever, if it's a tomato plant or whatever it is at Walmart, flowers, and you can give these to someone, a family member, a friend, and have your own seeds, and you and somebody can grow stuff together, but to help us and the pollinators. And you may have some pages from this, attracting pollinators to your garden using native plants. There is a lot of really interesting information in this PDF, and it talks about even hummingbirds and stuff. And it's actually from the Forest Service. And then there is a couple things about what is an insect. And this. Pick them up. The different types of bees. And I thought that was kind of interesting. was having or overheard a conversation the other day about bees and how people can tell the queen bee apart from the others. And this is actually really interesting because it tells the difference between a queen bee, a worker bee, and a drone bee. And that way, a little bit about each. Because each beehive has one fertile female, the queen. She is the ruler of the hive and lays all the eggs. During the spring, she can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day. If a queen no longer lays enough eggs or dies, the worker bees will feed a new larva on a diet of royal jelly in order to create a new queen. You can recognize a queen as she will be longer and larger than other bees. And there used to be a lot of bees that would just be around in the woods and stuff. And sometimes you might even stumble across those still now today. And this tells about the bee life cycle and butterfly life cycle. And then there is an insect word puzzle, an insect scavenger hunt, okay. There's also an insect glossary that I dropped. There is these couple different pages here. This is a ladybug, or as I have found in my different research for resources, the people in the UK like to call a ladybird, which is kind of weird. It's literally, if this was marked by them, it'd be a ladybird.
That's different.
Yeah, I'm like, but
it'd be
it's
a
a
ladybug.
bug.
Yeah.
Well, I call it, yeah. And then a bee. And I thought those was just really nice coloring pages. And then this one that's got all sorts of things. Moths, dragonflies, all sorts of stuff. I think even flies from the looks of it. But there is possibly going to be a few more things in here about how to build an insect house and a couple different things like that, or creating your own pollinating garden. It could be a toss-up what you find in your bag, but there will probably be some of this stuff, the seed packet thing, and I encourage you to do that, whether it is flowers or a food product, to do the seed thing and spread it around with your family, you know. And even if you're not able to grow something in your own yard where you live, maybe you can, a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle, you'll have somewhere you can do with that. But I guess that is all for today, and we'll see you next week. Pets, which will be a pretty fun week and a little bit different. So tune back then. Bye.